It's the topic of geometry which is called trigonometry. So geometry of triangle is called trigonometry. So the triangle might be a right angle triangle or might be an oblique triangle. So first of all, the right angle triangles. So these are the right angle triangles. So in right angle triangles we have hypotenuse, opposite and adjacent sides. Three sides: hypotenuse, opposite and adjacent. We will denote it with the symbols H, O and A. So here the Pythagoras theorem is valid because the side opposite to the right angle is hypotenuse. So in this case we can use trigonometric ratios. So trigonometric ratios are three. Initially we have three trigonometric ratios: sine, whose symbol is sin, cosine, which is shortly called cos, and tangent, which is shortly tan. So what are these sine, cos and tan? If we have a right angle triangle, so B is having the 90-degree right angle. So the side opposite to the right angle vertex is hypotenuse H. Opposite, if this red angle is under consideration, like angle C, so the side opposite to the angle C will be O, and the third side, which is adjacent to the angle, like from the angle towards the right angle, will be A, adjacent. So opposite to the angle is O, opposite to the 90-degree angle is the hypotenuse, and this is the longest side of the triangle always. And the third side, which is adjacent to the angle under consideration, is A. If this angle under consideration is X, the red angle here, X, so then sine of X will be equal to opposite over hypotenuse. Cosine of X will be equal to adjacent over hypotenuse. And tan of X will be equal to opposite over adjacent. So these are the three trigonometric ratios which is valid for the right angle triangles only. Sine is opposite over hypotenuse, cosine is adjacent over hypotenuse, and tan is opposite over adjacent. Sometime we also denote it, to remember we can write it as SOH, CAH and TOA. So ka toa. SOH means sine is equal to opposite over hypotenuse. Ka means cosine is equal to adjacent over hypotenuse, and toa means tangent is equal to opposite over adjacent. So these are the short forms of these three trigonometric ratios. Now, if angle under consideration is not this angle, it's the opposite angle at A, like this one. So in that case, the side opposite to the angle will be now O, and the adjacent to the angle will be the A. So they will be flipped, like before it was these and now these are these. So now sine will be equal to this side O. The definition is same: sine x is equal to O over h, cos x is equal to A over h, and tan x is equal to O over A. But here angle, if angle is this, then this is opposite, and then this is adjacent. So this is for the right angle triangles. Then if the triangles are not right angle triangles, then these are called oblique triangles. Oblique means none of the angle is 90 degree. So in oblique triangles, if this is the angle A, this vertex is A, then opposite to this side we denote with small letter a. The other vertex is B, so the side opposite to this vertex will be the small letter b. Then vertex C, opposite to this we denote with the letter C. The side is denoted with small letters and the angles are denoted with the capital letters. In this case, to find any angle missing or any side missing in this triangle can be found by using either a sine rule or by using a cosine rule. So these are different than which we studied before, trigonometric ratios. These are rules, sine rule and cosine rule. So now we'll see what is the sine rule. So again consider this triangle with side A and B and the angles A and B. So if two sides and two angles are under consideration in a triangle, out of these four quantities, one quantity is missing and the three are given. So then we can use the sine rule. So sine rule is any side which is opposite to the angle A is A divided by sine of the angle A, and that is equal to the side B divided by sine of the angle opposite to the B is capital B. So A over sine A is equal to B over sine B. So this is known as sine rule. It is involved when two angles and two sides are there. So out of these four quantities, one quantity is missing, which we can find by using cross multiplication of this rule. If the third side is there, so then we do an example related to this. So let's say we have a triangle in which this is A, this is B and this is C. So let's say that we have the angle A 60 degrees and the side opposite to this is 15 centimeters and the angle B is 50 degrees and the side opposite to this is small b, and we know that opposite to the angle A this side will be small a. So the question is find the side B, the length of the side AC, which is denoted by B. So then using this rule we can say A over sine A is equal to B over sine B. So it means A is 15, 15 over sine of 60 degrees is equal to side B, which is unknown, divided by sine of the angle 50, which is opposite to the side B. So which means that if we keep B here, so B is equal to this sine 50 will be taken to the other side. It will multiply with this fraction. So it will become sine 15, sine 50 degrees times 15 over sine 60, which will be equal to 13.268, which we can round to 3SF as 13.3 centimeter. So this is the way how to find one of the missing side when one side and the angles opposite to these two are given. So important thing is that the side and the angle which we are using, they must be opposite to each other. If here we need to find the side C, so we cannot do unless the angle C is given. So first we need to find the angle C, which is 180 minus these two angles. So then we'll get this one, and then we can find the side C. So let's do this also. So if this is 60 and this is 50, so 180 minus 60 minus 50, which will be equal to 70 degrees. So it means this angle is then 70 degrees. So we can find the side C by using here the third part of this rule, which is angle C and this side C. So this is also equal to C over sine C. So now we can use any two pairs. Either we can use the pair A and the sine A and C and sine C. Or we can use B over sine B and C over sine C. So like either these two pairs or these two pairs we can use. So let's say we use this pair. A over sine A is equal to C over sine C. So A over sine A. So A is 15 divided by sine of the angle A, which is 60 degrees, and that is equal to C, which we are to find, divided by sine of the angle C, which we just found it is 70 degrees. So from here we can say, if I do this here, so it will be C is equal to, this sine 70 will be multiplied on the opposite side with this fraction. So it will be sine of 70 times 15 over sine 60. So this will be equal to 16.2759 and so on. So to three significant figure we can round it to 16.3 centimeters. So this is the side C. So which means we have found all the three sides and all the three angles of this triangle. An important fact for any triangle is that the angle which is the biggest angle, so that will have the longest side opposite to that. So angle C is the biggest, 70 degrees, opposite to that is 16.3, whereas other two sides are 13.3 centimeters and 15 centimeters. And the shortest angle, smallest angle, 50 degree, will have the smallest length opposite to that. So that's why B is the smallest here, which is 13.3 centimeters. So this is for the oblique triangles. Sine rule for the oblique triangles. Now we will do cosine rule for the oblique triangles. For the cosine rule, we always use one angle and three sides. Like one angle and any three, all the three sides will be there. So then we can apply cosine rule. So this is again A, B and C. So three sides and one angle. So that angle is A, and A, B, C are the three sides. Mostly we start with the side which is opposite to the angle given. A angle is there. So we start by using the side A first. So this statement for this rule is A square is equal to, like the side which is opposite to the angle. This is the angle under consideration. The side opposite to that is A. So we say A square is equal to B square plus C square, means the square of sum of the squares of the other two sides minus 2 times the product of these two sides B and C and cosine of the angle between these two sides B and C. So this is called cosine rule. So now let's do one example. Like in the same diagram, if I am interested to find the side A, so let's say that we are to find the side A of this triangle, which is opposite to the angle A, and the angle A given is 70 degrees, whereas the side C is 12 centimeters and the side B is 15 centimeters. So we need to find the value of the side A. So here substituting the values in this equation, which is A square is equal to B square plus C square minus 2BC cosine of A. Remember that this quantity is a single quantity, this one. First we will multiply them and then we will subtract it from B square plus C square. So it means A square is equal to B, which is 15 square, plus C, which is 12. So 12 square minus bracket 2 times 15 times 12 cosine of the angle 70 degrees. So then in one step you can use the calculator to find this overall. So this is 245.8727 and so on. So which means that A will be equal to square root of this value. Still it is in your calculator. So just you will take the square root of the answer. So that will give us 15.6803 and so on. So to three significant figure, the value of this will be 15.7 centimeters. So this is the value of the side A. So now we will have some more examples where we will decide that what rule will be used and how to find the unknown. So in all these cases, if we see example number 1, like this first one, this one. So here this side is missing. So it means that first we'll find this side, which is the side B. So angle given, so now we have three sides and one angle, so it means it is cosine rule. So here we can use starting with the side opposite to the angle is 20. We can say 20 square is equal to the squares and their sum of the other two sides, 12 square plus B square, minus 2 times 12 times B into cosine of 45 degrees. So this is the cosine rule. So after rearranging this, it will become a quadratic equation in B. So like 20 square is 400. 400 is equal to 144 plus B square minus 2 times 12 times cosine of 45. It will give you 12 root 2 and then times B. It's better to keep it in the square root form instead of using in decimals. So now after rearranging this, if we bring this 400 to the right hand side and flipping that to the equation, so then it will become B square minus 12 root 2B one 44 minus 2 400, so that will be minus 256 is equal to 0. So now this is a quadratic equation in B. So by using quadratic formula, or better to use quadratic formula, we can find the two possible values of B here. So remember, after using quadratic formula, which I'm not explaining here, that is explained in a different video how to use the quadratic formula to find the two roots. So here we'll get the first root, which will be equal to 26.596, which will become 6, and the second value of b will be negative 9.625, so which means 3. So now length cannot be negative, so we will reject this value. So it means the possible value of b will be 26.6 centimeters. So this is the way how to do this question. Now this question is easier than this one, because whenever we have the side opposite to the angle, so then it's easy to solve that question, because then we will not get a quadratic equation in that case. But here we are to all the three sides are given, so we have to find the other two angles. So simply one of the angle we will find, and the other angle will be 180 minus the other two angles. So let's mark them with A and B. So here if we use sine rule, because now two sides we will use and two angles we will use, so it will be sine rule. So for the sine rule, let's say we are using A and C. So it will be, we have to find the angle. So now we can write angle at the numerator and the side that in the denominator. So in the numerator we'll write sine of A over 20, and that is equal to sine of 40 divided by 12. So see that we used this side and this side and the corresponding angle to them, this one and this one. So we got this. Now from here sine A is equal to 20 times sine 40 divided by 12. So which will be equal to 1.0713 and so on. So we got a value of sine of some angle equal to 1 point something, which is greater than 1, which is mathematically not possible, because the value of sine and cosine is always between -1 and 1. So in this case, if you use the calculator to find the angle A, which is sine inverse of 1.0713, so you will get maths error in the calculator. It means this is undefined. So why we got this? The reason is because this situation is not possible with these particular measurements and this angle as 40. So that's why we are getting a maths error in the calculator, which means that we cannot construct such type of triangle with angle 40 here. So it means this is not possible situation. Now let's see the other questions, like this third example is a typical cosine rule situation, that third side is missing and this side is the side which is opposite to the given angle. So it's a ideal situation to use cosine rule here. So here we can start with the side which is opposite to the 50-degree angle. So it means it will be b square. B square is equal to the squares, sum of the square of the other two sides, 18 square and 25 square, minus 2 times 18 times 25 into cosine of the angle 50. So now using calculator we'll get b is equal to square root of 370.49 so on, and then after taking the square root it is 19.248. So to three significant figures, it is 19.2. So this is the possible value of the side B. And then the fourth example, here it is similar to example 1 because the side which is missing, the angle opposite to that is not given. So we always start the cosine rule because three sides and one angle is involved, so use cosine rule. So again here it will be the side opposite to the angle is 12, so we start with 12. So we can write that 12 square is equal to the sum of the square of the other two sides, which is a square and 15 square, minus 2a times 15 into cosine of the angle 60. So again it will be a quadratic equation. So it will be 144 is equal to a square plus 225 minus cosine 60 is half, so it will be 15a. So it is again a quadratic equation, and this one I'm writing here. So it will be a square minus 15a, and then plus 225 minus 144, which is 81, and that is equal to 0. So now using the quadratic formula, we will get the two possible values of a, but we can see that here we will not get real values of a because here b square minus 4ac is negative. In quadratic equations, the discriminant, which is b square minus 4ac, which we calculate according to a is 1, b is minus 15, and c is 81. So we will get this equal to minus 99. So it's a negative number. So whenever b square minus 4ac is negative, so we will not get any real possible value of a. So that's why this situation is also not possible in case of triangles. So see that in example 2 and 4 we have realized that some measurement with some particular angles are not possible. So in that case mathematically we will not get any solution. And these example 1 and 3 is possible, so we got the solutions of these two. I hope it's clear to all of you.